All right, first off, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, woman like Yahweh Shai. That's all honor and glory to the Most High God through His Son, who the world nearly called Jesus Christ, and of course the Holy Spirit. Right? I'm gonna share my screen. Right, so we back at it again with another episode of Cause and Effect. Right, this one is entitled Witchcraft and its Enticement on Our People, man. Right, our people are enticed by witchcraft. Right, and they're enticed in it because of the power that witchcraft beholds, man. Right, let me get a precept to open. Let me get the opening precept real fast. Right, it's the book of Colossians, chapter 3, and verse 17. Right, and it reads, "And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him." Right, so we give thanks to the Most High God, and we do everything in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Right, so we're gonna tear down these strongholds and bring things to light to our people. Right, through the name and the power of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Right, let me get another precept real fast. Right, the book of Song of Solomon. It's lucky I passed it up. Book of Song of Solomon, chapter 5, and verse 6. And it reads, "I opened to my beloved, but my beloved had withdrawn himself and was gone. My soul failed and he spake me. I sought him, but I could not find him. I called him, but he gave me no answer." Right? And we understand the Lord is not giving answer to what those that are in sin. It says, "He that forsaketh the law, even his prayers shall be an abomination." Right? It says, "For the Lord heareth not the prayers of sinners." Right? And a lot of us are in sin because we don't know the customs and the things that we do ultimately are sinful. The things that we follow without even realizing it. Right? Verse 7, "The watchmen, they went about the city, they found me, they smote me, they wounded me. The keepers of the walls took away my veil from me." Right? So our job is to smite our people. Right? Not physically, but spiritually, and take away the veil from them that they can see, that they can realize that the things that they do, the things that they partake in, is absent of the spirit of the Lord, and it's ultimately the spirit of Satan. A lot of our people are following Satan without even realizing it. Right? And it's a lot. We got a lot of information, a lot of imagery to pull up, a lot of things that we're gonna go into, man, through the Spirit, Lord willing. Somebody will wake up. Right? So I'm gonna kick it off with the word sorcery. Right, the etymological word of sorcery is witchcraft, magic, enchantment, act or instancy of sorcery, supernatural state of affairs, seemingly magical works, from Old French sorcery, from sorcier, wizard, from medieval sorceress, teller of fortunes by lot, literally one who influences fate or fortune. Right? Which is one of the main reasons why our people partake in sorcery. They're trying to influence their fate and their fortune, man. Right? So let me get a precept. Right? Who has the power to change your fate and your fortune? All right, let's go to the book of Luke. Chapter 4 and 4. Chapter 4, verse 4. Right? Who has the power? Right, it's the book of Luke, chapter 4 and verse 4. "And Yahweh Shai answered him, saying, It is written that man shall not live by bread alone, but every word of the Most High. And the devil, taking him up into a high mountain, showed unto him all kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, All this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for thou hast delivered, for it is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will give it. If thou therefore wilt worship me, it shall be thine." So Satan has the power, right, to change, right, to change your fate or fortune if you worship him. So our people, they go into this witchcraft, ultimately worshiping Satan to change their fate and their fortune, right? That's why they do it. Let's get one more. Right? This is enchantment. Enchantment delight in high degree, charm, fascinate, bewitch, charm, cast a spell, right? So our people, they cast spells, right? They cast spells to change the fortune of the things that they want to get out of this world, this present life, man. And we're going to go into showing some of the spells that our people cast and how they do so. And then when you got people who are following these people, maybe singing their songs, maybe doing some of their hand movements, even going to some of their concerts, not realizing that they're partaking in a spell, right? So let's pull up something. Let me close this out. This is Beyonce, one of the probably the biggest known woman on the earth, right? And as you see here, a Baphomet on her head, proudly, Baphomet on her head, proudly, with the eye behind it, right? This is clear witchcraft and sorcery. Even her hands, the way she does her hands, right? And I'm not one of them people that try to get too deep into this, because you got people in Israel that you can't even move your hand with Israel. They think you're doing witchcraft. But these poses in an actual picture is witchcraft. You see how she has her hand? You see this? This is all witchcraft. This is all witchcraft. The positioning, all of it is witchcraft. All of it is literally channeling spirits, right? And our people love Beyonce, man, right? And her husband, Jay-Z, right? Let's get this. What did I want? Right here.
God, these celebrities, they're known to kind of be into that sorcery stuff. I believe Beyonce, she says she charges her crystals at night.
Yep.
Summer Walker, a lot of sisters praise Summer Walker. A lot of sisters love Summer Walker. I believe she said she be having spirits entering into her navel.
Right. That's crazy. Right. Look at Britannica for Baphomet, which we just watched Beyonce have on her head. Invented pagan, agnostic idol or deity that Templars were accused of worshiping, and that was later embraced by various cultures. Right. So literally, a Baphomet is a idol or deity. And we understand that it doesn't matter what the idol or deity actually is. The name of that idol or deity is ultimately a spirit that is summoned from Satan. Baphomet is a deity allegedly worshipped by the Knights of Templar and subsequently became incorporated into various occultic and Western eccentric traditions, right? Western, that's crazy. Western eccentric traditions. I wonder why. Because the Western eccentric tradition is formulated after the Roman Empire, who was formulated after the Greek Empire, who all worshipped many different gods and deities, man, which ultimately is still all Satan, right? So what do we have here? We have Jay-Z and a woman named Amina Ibrahimovic. Now, this woman fancies herself and lies about who she is to say that she's an artist. And she is an artist, but her art depicts imagery that is satanic, right? She's a witch, right? So she says here in Rolling Stone back in 2015 that Jay-Z used her, right, to teach her to something to do with art. That's not what happened, right? That's not what was going on, right? Like right here, they're channeling spirits, forehead upon forehead, right? Right? That's not what happened. He didn't use her, kind of get her art for a couple of his albums. No, she taught him the positioning for witchcraft, the postures, the movements, right? And I'm going to show you something. Right here, you have this same woman, the one that fancies herself as an artist, a painter, right? Says Marina Abramovich, spirit cooking, man. We ain't going to play the whole thing. We're going to get something on it. Damn blood, man.
Where do you just get a bucket of blood from?
Who knows? Mix fresh breast milk with fresh sperm Drink on what? Now, is this art? I would love to know what kind of art this is. You know,
You gotta drink that.
now this is who Jay-Z learned from and Beyonce learned from. It's how they understand the imagery and the positioning and pictures and Beyonce's dance moves. All this came from literally this woman, this witch, teaching them these things. How to channel these spirits. You got? Did you see the corner? She had them idol in the corner, man. Look.
The hell is that? That's not art. That's
Middle
something
finger
you would find in a school student's notebook.
Look at this. Hey man, and this is on YouTube, man. And we can't say Esau's going into captivity on YouTube. Kind of take our flag our video. But you can cook spirits on YouTube though.
Got millions of views too.
Millions of views, brother. 2.3 million views. And people, hey, they kind of jotting down the notes. You know, they want to know how the spirit cook, right? Let me get a precept. Right?
That's Halloween spirit.
It's madness. It's lucky. Yeah. Going off. Right? Let's go to the book of Leviticus, the law. Right? So we got to understand this, man. This is why, hey, like I said, in Song of Solomon said they was looking for their love and they can't find them, right? Because you partaking in this witchcraft. A man also or a woman that have familiar spirits or that is a wizard shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them, right? So you can't deal in witchcraft, man. The Lord is not dealing with witchcraft. You got to choose who you're going to serve, man. We get another precept. You got to choose who you're going to serve, man. It's the book of 1 Kings, chapter 18 and verse 21. And Elijah came unto all the people and said, how long halt ye between two opinions? If the Most High be power, follow him. But if Baal, then follow him. And the people answered him not a word, right? So you got to choose, man. You can't be in between. And a lot of our people, they say they believe in the Lord. They say it with their mouth, right? But do lie. Because if you say it with your mouth, you should be fearing in these things, man. You should be scared that you're offending the Most High. But you kind of point these things out to our people and they call you a conspiracy theorist. Ain't that what they say you call? Hey, you a conspiracy. You a conspiracy theorist. That's off as hell, man. Right? We're not a conspiracy theorist. These things are real. It's really going on. Right? Let's get something else.
They do it with the even like you were saying, you know, Beyonce, a lot of times these celebrities, they'll actually dress up as idols. Like I forgot, I believe it was Beyonce a few years ago. I can't be too sure, but it was a sister, and she had, you know, those little crowns with the stars on top, and that's supposed to be representing a goddess, similar to the Statue of Liberty. So a lot of our people, they dress up as idols themselves, not realizing, or they may realize it, right? But not knowing the cause and effect that it has on our people.
Right. Well, let's look at this. This is one of the biggest rappers out right now. Look at it, 293 million views. Right?
And this man's supposed to be in the truth.
Supposed to be Levi.
Hanging with the elders.
This right here, people don't even understand. You see what he's doing? the thinly veiled smoke, which and if you pay attention to his eyes, he's watching the smoke. His eyes ain't closed. He's watching. You see that? They're not closed. He's watching. When you look down, your eyes seem like they're closed, but he's watching the smoke. See that? He's watching the smoke. Now, it says witchcraft on smoke magic. Capnomancy is divination by examining smoke. This is done by looking at the movement of the smoke after the fire has been made. A thin, straight plume of the smoke is thought to indicate good omen, whereas the opposite is thought of large plumes of smoke. Now, tell me if this is not thin smoke that he's pushing out there while he's watching it. You see that? Then what you see right after that? A Baphomet.
Super gremlin.
Look at this. High level witchcraft and wizardry. Right? High level witchcraft and wizardry, man. Right? Let's get this real quick. Go back to here to the precepts. Right? High level witchcraft and wizardry that our people partake in, man. And they learn this from their oppressor, of course. Right? Because our people, right? Let me get this real quick. We pulled it last week. Let me get it again. Right? It's not what I'm looking for. Hold on, bear with me.
What you looking for, huh?
Pharaoh's enchantment. I mean, I got a precept that I want to get that goes into that, but let me see. All right, let me grab this real quick, and I'll come back to this one. I wanted to get it in Exodus, but I'll get it here. All right, let's go to the Book of Wisdom of Solomon. I ain't supposed to have the Apocrypha. What's going on? Why I ain't got no Apocrypha?
Scroll down to the bottom of the page. And then keep going. It's all the way at the bottom. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. It should say KJV.
Oh, it's a standard. Kind of got me, man. I Googled it. I said with the Apocrypha, man. Kind of going off. All right. Wisdom of Solomon, the 18th chapter. Right. And let's go to verse 15. Right. Oh, read up. Right. Verse 13. It says, "For whereas they would not believe anything by reason of enchantments upon the destruction of the firstborn, they acknowledge this people to be the sons of God." So the other nations, this is talking about Egypt, they had so high level witchcraft, so high level enchantment, which we can get the accounts in Exodus of almost everything that Moses was doing by the power of the Lord. Hey, Pharaoh's witches was able to do the same thing. His wizards was able to do the same thing. Right. So this wizardry, this witchcraft has been going on for a very long time. And our people have witnessed this wizardry and this witchcraft for a very long time. Right. And that's why in a time of oppression, Esau is very crafty. And what he does, let me get this precept, is he sets folly in great dignity, which by covetousness makes our people want to lean into the witchcraft so they can be highly esteemed in a place where they're supposed to be suffering, man. Right, you got a precept, King?
Khan, I think I found the one you wanted, Exodus 7 and 11.
Yeah, 7. I went to 5. Khan. All right, let me get this real quick. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. So we sit in a low place, and folly is set in great dignity, right? And because of that folly being set in great dignity, as I brought out in the last class, right? Our people, or the last episode, our people take on this witchcraft so they can live highly esteemed, so they can live highly. So, because like we read earlier in the word sorcery, and I left it up there for a reason, it says what? Influences fate or fortune, right? So they want to influence their fate and their fortune. They don't want to be sitting in a low place. They want to sit high. They don't want to sit and deal with the punishment that the Most High has dealt out to his people, right? So they sell themselves unto Satan the same way Satan tempted Yahweh to do it, man. So I have the power to give these things unto you, to alter your fate, right? On this earth, shall I say, right? In this kingdom, shall I, to be more clear, right? Let's brothers start thinking that we teaching there's going to be another earth. Gotta be clear with Jacob. Brother says Zion, they going off, man. Brother talking about there's going to be another earth.
Jake, get simple.
Get real simple, man. This is Exodus 7:11. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and sorcerers. Now the magicians of Egypt, they also did like manner with their enchantments, man. Right? So they did like manner. Right? Meaning, hey, it's a real thing. This enchantment thing is a real thing, man. It's real. It's not a light thing. It's a real thing that really does things, man, on a high level. And these people, they know, and that's why they tap into it, right? Let's get another account, right? This is another major name, Erykah Badu.
Beautiful instrument, very low frequency, good for the lower chakra.
See that chakra
at my
frequencies.
third ayahuasca ceremony. May the force with you.
Wicked.
Hell, crystals.
Hey, Vogue, America,
And you see,
and welcome to the
that long neck that goes all the way into the Egyptians. So she's learned the witchcraft and the wizardry of the Egyptians we just read about. She's tapped into that, man. Right?
It's my home studio. I'm going to show you some of my amulets and talismans. So come on a journey with me. Let's go.
The thumbnail to the next video says it all about her. That's all you got to know about her.
I've been in the studio for almost a year. Our house is around the corner, and I decided to move the studio out of the family house to at least give us some, like sacred space. Of course, it's full of music.
And full of idols.
Now, Salakia, but this is the same woman that burns her panties, man, and makes perfume out of it. This is the same woman that burns her panties and turns it into perfume. That the same window seat, the same her if you look at her album covers, it's just kind of be going off. She got the New America, something like that, with the unk on it. So I mean, just judging by these things alone, you can kind of put two and two together that something's not right. Right? You got to be able to discern spiritually that, a lot of times these spirits latch on to brothers and sisters when they get into a position of power. Even when they're not in a position of power, you still have to be able to discern these spirits, right?
Right. Discernment is very, very important. And having a open mind to listen when you're being warned. A lot of people, they'll come across, maybe not this videos, but videos like this. And then sometimes it's not even people that's in the truth. They just understand witchcraft when they see it. And they go into it and they're, that's conspiracy. That's conspiracy. I don't want to deal with that. No, everything's not a conspiracy, man. Some things is literally what people are trying to show you. It's the Lord trying to warn you. And you're too damn foolish to actually open your eyes because you want to fall into your own lust, man. Right? I'm going to watch about one more minute, see what else you got in here.
Space. Everything in it is also sacred. Everything you do in it is also sacred. The whole house is an altar paying homage to.
You heard that? You heard that? How do we look over that? What is an altar used? Let's go to this. Let's go here. right?
That's an altar of Baal.
Hey, get that in Second Kings. First Kings. That should be in the 18th chapter as well.
Yep.
Right? Well, it's not going into the altar that we talk about. Let's see if we can find another type of altar that it's talking about.
Sister got a grove in her damn house.
Bruh. Talk about straight wicked. It's an altar. The whole house is an altar.
The whole house.
Right?
Let's see, I think.
See, I think I really like this because it says make structural changes to a building, plans to alter the dining room. Right? The whole point of an altar is to bring something to it that's going to make a change, make different. Right? You have an altar, right, to sacrifice because the sacrifice is supposed to bring a change, right? So like, that's what it is. I'm spelling it wrong. Brother Potter corrected me. That's what I need. Yes, that's what I need. Right? A table or a flat top block used to focus for religious ritual. Especially for what? Making sacrifices or offerings to a deity. Hey, the water to the brother Potter, man. I was spelling it wrong. This is what I was looking for right here. All praise to the Most High for the brother watching and being able to correct me on that, man. Right? I ain't the best with spelling. I'll be very, very, very honest with that. So her whole house is dedicated to spiritual rituals given to a deity, man. And the deity ain't the Most High, right? You got that. You got that in First Kings.
I couldn't find it.
Hold on, I'm gonna grab it. I want to get another one first, though.
The sister said chakras. The sister got all types of demons on her. If you couldn't tell, spirits. Who Lord knows what she's burning.
Get Exodus 34 and 13 real quick.
God. Might be a legion up in there. 34 and 13.
Yeah, then Judges 6 and 25. Let's get those two real quick.
God, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 34 and verse 13. But ye shall destroy their altars, break their images, and cut down their groves. For thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God.
See that? See that? That's plain upon table, man. Right? Worship no other God. Those altars were used to worship another God. Right? That's what it's for. Right? Let's go to Judges 6:25.
It's the book of Judges, chapter 6, and verse number 25. Judges 6 and 25. And it reads, And it came to pass the same night that the Lord said unto him, Take thy father's young bullock, even the second bullock of 7 years old, and throw down the altar of Baal that thy father hath, and cut down the grove that is by it.
See that? So it's literally these altars, right, are used to worship the other gods. Baal is just a spiritual demon, right? Let's get one more. Let's get 2 Kings 23 and 12.
God. Book of 2 Kings, chapter 23, and verse number 12. And it reads, And the altars that were on the top of the upper chamber of Ahaz, which the kings of Judah had made, and the altars which Manasseh had made in the two courts of the house of the Lord, did the king beat down and break them down from thence, and cast the dust of them into the brook of Kidron.
See, that's what you're supposed to be doing with these altars. You're not supposed to be creating them for you to worship these guys. You're supposed to be breaking them down and throwing them down, man. Right? Let's move on. Share my screen again. Right, the brother Juan, he dropped a precept. Let's pull that 2 Kings 17:17.
It's the book of 2 Kings, chapter 17, and verse number 17. It reads, "And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire, and caused divination and enchantments, and sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger."
See that? That's very plain, man. Right? Let me share my screen. We're gonna move on. Right? We don't got to go back to Erica. We know she's wicked. Right? Let's deal with so many, man.
You see, the Lord, whenever we deal with idols, the Lord tear us up. Right? There was an account of a brother. Right, he when we was kind of beating down the other nations and pursuing the other nations, and he kind of took the Babylonian idol and the garment and the silver and hid it in his tent, and the Lord kind of brought all his possessions, stoned them, and burned them alive. So the Lord, he don't deal heavy with them idols, man. The Lord, he gonna get up with you on that.
Right. So let's look at this. This is Beyonce once again. Right. This is her stage. This is literally a portal. Why does she need to? Why is she putting a portal on her stage? Why is her stage a portal? Right? Look at this. Right? And this is a recent tour. Right? And she always has a portal and fire coming out, man. Look at this. So it says Beyonce samples Britney Spears. Look at the portal. The portal, man. Where does she? What is the portal for? Right? What is she create? What is she opening the door to come in? You see, she's opening the door for those spirits to come in, for her to channel them. She channels them with the witchcraft, with the movement she does when she's dancing. They come in through the portal that she's created, and now they're doing what? They hopping on brothers in the crowd, hopping on sisters in the crowd. They hopping on her and taking her to the next level, right? And she's not the only one, right? What happened at Astro World with Travis Scott?
That's the spirit that just pulled it up.
When people literally tell you that they felt the spirits hop on them. Right? A portal, man, with nothing but fire, man. Right? Where he's allowed, and he had a picture on the I think it was like what they call like a like where it tells you like the songs or whatever it says. It has a picture and it has the portal where they will go in the portal blue and come out the other side. No, they go in the portal blue and come out the other side red. What does that mean? What was he telling you? Right? Look at this. And how did you what was the entrance? What was the way that you even got into the arena? What was the door he created? Look at this.
They got the golden one.
Gold with the open mouth. Right? Get what is it? Revelation 12.
And the thing about it is, the cold part about it is, people was dying at just getting in there.
Hey, that was human sacrifice. Right? Matter of fact, let's get that first. Let's go to Hebrews 9 and verse. Let me see. 13. This is not talking about. I don't want nobody to think I'm saying this is what literal. This verse is talking about that going on. Just give you the understanding about a testator and a sacrifice and what has to be shed. Go ahead.
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 9 and verse 13. For if the blood of bulls and of goats and the ashes of an heifer sprinkling the unclean sanctified to the purifying of the flesh.
Right. So blood is a literal ceremonial use in order to sanctify dealing with on a righteous side, right? But on a wicked side, go ahead.
How much more, oh Salat, I'm reading it again. It says, for if the blood of bulls and of goats and the ashes of an heifer sprinkling the unclean sanctify it to the purifying of the flesh, how much more shall the blood of Hamashiach, who through the eternal spirit offereth himself without spot to God, purge your conscience from dead works.
Christ offered himself in his own blood. See, what Travis Scott did was he offered other people's blood unto Satan. Right? Go ahead.
God, purge your conscience from dead works and serve the living God. And for this cause, he's the mediator of the New Testament, that by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament, they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance.
You see that? So that's on the righteous side. But we understand the Lord is a perfect balance. What goes up comes down. Darkness, there's light, there's birth, there's death, right? So if that's on the righteous side, on the wicked side, it's the same thing. It's just sacrificing to somebody else. Right? Let's go to Psalms 106, verse 37.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 106, and verse 37. It reads, yea, they sacrifice their sons and their daughters unto devils and shed innocent blood. Even
see, that's plain, right? You can finish it off. Finish off 38. Go ahead.
God, even the blood of their sons and their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood.
See, our people have always done this. So that's all Travis Scott did. He literally just sacrificed people unto devils, right? He sacrificed innocent blood unto devils. That's what he did for power, right? Now, real quick, go to Revelation chapter 12. I want to say it's 13.
Book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse number 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. And to the woman were given
verse
2 wings. Verse 15?
Yeah.
Verse 15, Revelation 12 and 15. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
Right. So it says the serpent cast out of his mouth. So the mouth was open of this serpent, right? And who is this serpent? What is this serpent referred to as, right? Go back to 12 and 9.
Revelation chapter 12 and verse 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
So the open mouth represents the power that comes out, right, of this devil. If this devil is the literal so-called white man, we know this is not physical, but everything has a representation, right? When the serpent or the dragon opened his mouth and cast that water out, right? Water represents what? The nations of people, but it also represents doctrines and understanding, right? Which is powerful. So him with this open mouth, Salaki, his open mouth is literally a representation. You had to walk through an open skull mouth, man. Right? Let's get this. You got any points of precepts, all right?
Let's see. To the spirit. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians. Chapter 2 and verse 3. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3. I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, that ye be not soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letters as from us, as that the day of Hamashiach is at hand. Right? Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Right? So it says, let no man deceive you by any means. We can't, we have to be wise enough to understand that this is literally giving a sacrifice to idols, man. You're making a sacrifice when you go to these concerts and they tell you to, you got Beyonce telling you to be quiet. I believe she say, go mute or something like that, right? And the whole crowd gets quiet. And if anybody makes a noise, they damn near get stoned to death. You serving an idol on stage, bowing down, putting your hands forward like this. That's a ritual.
Right?
That's literally a ritual. Not only does this woman, her stage is built after, a damn portal altar, right? But you're literally giving obeisance to it. It ain't even got to be the fact that she's a woman. You're giving obeisance to man,
right?
And you got hundreds of thousands of people. I remember, here in Atlanta, we got the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and that's where a lot of concerts take place, right? There's hundreds. I'm led to believe, there's, probably thousands of people flocking to these concerts. Tickets are sold out. Why? So they could do obeisance and give their sacrifice to these idols, right? Pay homage and idolatry to these people that, was born of man and just like me and you, right? So the Lord said, let no man deceive you by any means. Go in the astral world and enter into a skull. You can't be deceived by that. That has to be a clear image of idolatry. That has to be literally the representation of idolatry in America, Babylon, where all nations, the great melting pot, all nations come together to serve a god, a false god.
Right.
Right. That's it on that, though.
I'm gonna share my screen again. I want to show about 2 more things, and then we'll close out, man. Right. Right. Since we still on, well, let me pull this up.
The hell?
Hold on, let me explain something real quick. Before everybody starts screaming and saying, oh, like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers have entered the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all motherfuckers going to hell. Right with me. So, let's get it. Oh, you already here. I'm so sorry. You can't get out. You're stuck. It's over. You heard the song a billion times and you didn't even know. That's fucked up. But I still love you anyway. Though. It's okay.
He's straight up telling people, right? You heard the song a million times. You didn't even know. You singing this ritual. You singing these things. And you praising the deity you didn't even know. And you hear
the crowd was damn near quiet.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's going on with our people. They don't know. They have no idea of what's actually going on, man. They have no idea. They just following blindly. And that's why we're here, to take the veil off your eyes, man. Right? And they really took a lot. So I typed in, people speak on their experience with Astro, and they took down a lot of these stuff from YouTube. There were so many videos when this first happened, right? And they pretty much took down all the videos of people talking about their experience, right?
People said they couldn't breathe. They said it felt like they were going to hell.
50,000 people were packed into that space outside NRG. A festival attendee says the massive crowd is why there was so much chaos and confusion. Melissa Correa has his account of what happened. Astro World was Reese Bluda's first music festival. You see him standing there with friends in that orange sweatshirt. He's 6'2", and he says his size is why he was able to work his way closer to the stage.
Look at that portal.
This is his cell phone video. You can see Reese is not far from.
How is that not a ritual?
But look at just how many people are crammed in there. Listen, as he describes the crowd of thousands essentially becoming like water when Travis Scott took the stage.
And literally, the crowd becomes a fluid, essentially. You get pushed from the back because people keep pressing in, and then the people at the gates, they don't have anywhere to go, they push back, and so you're just kind of like flowing. It's almost like a wave, but an uncontrolled wave. You're not actually standing on the ground. You're just standing on other people's shoes.
Like a can of sardines, Reese says people were so crammed in that you could not push back. Says the crowd became even more chaotic once the performer Drake joined Travis Scott.
See, this ain't even. See what account they have up there? That's not even an account of actually talking about what happened. Like, it kind of took down like the actual accounts, man. Right, where you can actually hear people telling you about the spirits they felt, man.
Right, let's see. Too.
We begin with a deadly concert disaster in Texas and the investigation into the crowd surge that left 8 dead and hundreds injured. Lots of new details coming in overnight. The Houston police chief met with Travis Scott and his head of security before the show began over concerns about public safety. Marcus Moore is live now in Houston with the latest. Good morning, Marcus.
Well, Robin, good morning. Families here are demanding answers and accountability after this tragedy, and there's a lot we don't know this morning. This morning, new video shows those chaotic moments that had fans pleading for Travis Scott to end his Astroworld Music Festival as it turned deadly.
And the thing is, he didn't end it. And he knew what was going on. He didn't end it. He just kept singing.
These new images taken under a crushing, tangled pile of fallen fans showing concert goers crying out for help. One seen dialing 911 as the concert raged on around them. 8 people were killed. Dozens of others seriously hurt as the crowd surged at Friday's hip-hop festival in Houston, with scene after scene, fans pleading for help.
It was more than 8.
Yeah, definitely. And he kept singing while it was happening. You think he didn't see? He's on the stage. He's above you. He sees what's going on. But he didn't stop, right? Because it was a ritual that had to be completed, right? So, in the coming days, this is episode 3 of Cause and Effect, right? Until next week or until this Shabbat, Shalom.
Shalom.